Okay.
Hello, Suzanne. Thank you to be online with me. Good morning because it's morning on your side. Here
And good
it's
evening for
evening.
you.
Thank you. It's strange. The earth is flat, they said, but it's not possible like that.
Mm-mm.
So, Suzanne, thank you very much to accept this interview. I want you, if you don't mind, to introduce yourself and say who you are and what you want to say in this conference.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Suzan Oslin. I'm an independent consultant in the VR AR space.
Mhm.
I'm a user experience designer and product manager. And I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be having an inquiry about natural interfaces and what does it mean to be natural, and talk about various inputs and hand tracking and some of the research that I'm currently working on, and which is all an investigation around how do we make interfacing with extended reality natural.
Okay, when you say extended reality, so your research is from on all the spectrum, the continuum from AR to VR, or you are more on AR or VR?
So I'm definitely thinking about the entire spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with the OpenAI cloud for the past 2 years, really thinking about what will that look like? What will it look like when the world is completely draped in spatial computing? And so I'm definitely thinking about that. Specifically, my research is currently in VR,
Mm-hmm.
but as I'm doing that research, I'm definitely thinking about how it applies to spatial computing.
Okay, so you are covering all the continuum. And I'm very curious about
Too.
your career because it's so rich. You don't you have you done so many things from the cinema to the animation, now VR, AR, and it's amazing. And uh, what I want to ask is, have you what drive you from the beginning to VR? What drove you, if I speak in good English? How you jump into
Yeah, it's interesting
VR?
because
Uh-huh.
I've actually kind of detoured here and there quite a bit in my career, and I think it's because I have a lot of curiosity about a lot of different things, and
Mhm.
I actually started my career in architecture, and that's not really evident in my profile because like that goes way too far back. But
Mhm.
I've always kind of bounced back and forth between design and technology. I
Mhm.
love both, and
Mhm.
architecture was an intersection of that, and so was visual effects and animation.
Mhm.
So then I've done various things, either more towards design or more towards technology. But when I've been working the longest as a user experience designer for about the past 12 years, and when VR and AR started to become very popular or relevant in the media, and I'm seeing a lot of it on social media, it was really just a natural next step for me because of my background in visual effects and animation and being very comfortable working in 3D.
Mhm.
So it's been really fun and exciting for me to kind of go back to some of those roots and learn Unity and build stuff again. I haven't built anything in a long time.
Mhm.
So that's really been a lot of fun.
You're a real developer because I saw that you have developed in C.
Yeah, a long time ago, I was developing in C.
Uh,
Yep, I was
yeah.
developing with the GI library.
Wow. You did something in assembly or not? A little bit.
No, oh, but
Okay.
it's funny. I should mention that I actually went to school with Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
I went to school with Carolina, and I was there at the Electronic Visualization Lab in Chicago with her while she was developing the cave.
Yeah.
At that time, I was starstruck for Hollywood, so I didn't get involved with it, and yeah, so I had the opportunity to have done that, but I didn't. I went the
Okay.
Hollywood path instead.
About sorry to jump in like that, but about untracking, you think that untracking will replace the controllers?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Well, uh, so I think that hand tracking will replace our current controllers. I still think we'll have some kind of hardware,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think it'll be hand controllers. So, in fact, I've been exploring some on, it's called, I forget what it's called, but it's like a little mouse that's on your
Uh-huh.
finger.
Uh-huh.
And so things like that, like little trackers that maybe you wear on your wrist or your finger. I think it'll become something like that because I'm thinking like spatial computing,
Uh-huh.
when we have something on our face, whether it's contact lenses or glasses.
Uh-huh.
And I think in addition to that, we're going to have some kind of input method that's going to be required beyond just hands. And so, yeah. So I
Okay.
do think the controller will be replaced.
But on my from my own experience, if I can just say that, I always there are many kind of application where you really need to have something which you can grab and point and move, and I'm not sure that untracking will give the same interaction. Like for example, if you have to shoot something, if you don't have a kind of gun or something in your hand, you can shoot, or you will be like that. And I don't see how arm tracking will be full replacing the controller. Is what do you think?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I, I think, you know, I think my thinking is a little bit more geared towards spatial computing
Uh-huh.
and being out and about and interacting with the real world. I mean,
Okay.
definitely if you're in a shooting game, then having some kind of controller or apparatus or hardware
Mm-hmm.
makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
um, because it's specific to that
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Yes.
So in those cases, sure, there could still be, you know, controllers, because that makes sense that you're holding something.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you
But
are, yeah, we wanted to make it short. I have so many questions for you, but we have to make it short, as you said.
okay.
But if you have something to add, so please do.
I would just say, if you want to hear more, come to my talk, and I'll be talking about these things and my different opinions and research. And my partner, Rob Dongus from the University of Australia, is
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
joining me for half of my talk,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm going to go into fair amount of depth on the VR research project that he and I co-founded, that's looking at the landscape of interaction design over 72 different titles in VR. And we're really going to study and break down what exists,
Mm-hmm.
and the efficacy of all of it. And so we'll be talking about that.
Cool. So I'm very impatient to see your talk. And also I
Okay.
invite everyone to come to see what you're going to show. And it's very important. And this is an important part because many people always stay with the headset or the glasses, but all the things around, like untracking and interaction, human-centered design, everything should be taken at the same level to make sure that the experience would be complete. So,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll be talking definitely about hand tracking and other sensors that are kind of being developed, that are going to make interaction more natural. So yeah, come and
I'm
listen.
sure that Ferran and all his crew of XR Bootcamp will be there. I saw that you succeed in the certificate. Congrats.
I did. I did.
And so see you on, sorry,
Wednesday.
on Wednesday. Sorry, I
Mhm.
forgot.
Okay, thank you so much for taking your time with me today.
No, thank you to have accepted the
Okay,
invitation. Have a great
absolutely.
day.
Okay, thank you, you too.
Bye
And
bye.
good evening.
Thank you.
Okay.